In this presentation, we'll discuss the topic Programmable Logic Devices, that is PLDs, from Chapter 5 Data Converters and PLDs, Subject Digital Techniques 22320. So what is PLD, or the definition of PLD is an integrated circuit chip that can be configured by the user to implement different digital hardwares. So that means it is an integrated circuit. So inside that, whatever digital or combinational logic system you want to design, you can design or configure depending upon our needs or user needs. So that is your programmable logic devices. The purpose of PLDs, it permits elaborate digital logic designs to be implemented by the user on a single device. Also, it is capable of being erased and reprogrammed with the new design. So if you can erase as well as reprogram it, that is the purpose of PLD. Different types of PLDs. So here you can see there are different types of PLDs, in which the first is simple programmable logic devices. In that you have categories, that is read only memory is also a PLD. Then is PLA, programmable logic array, PAL, programmable array logic, and GAL, generic array logic. And the next category is complex programmable logic device, that is CPLD. And next is FPGA, that is field programmable gate array. So these are the different types of PLDs. So it is having a category of SPLD, and in that SPLD you are having ROM, PLA, PAL, GAL, and the next category is CPLD and FPGA. So first we'll learn about simple programmable logic devices. These are the simplest, smallest and the least expensive. So they are smallest and simplest, as well as they are least expensive forms of programmable logic devices. SPLDs can be used in boards to replace 7400 series TTL components and NOT gates. Now if you know, we have done the practicals of AND gate, OR gate verification, NOT gate verification, and you have seen that the AND gate number is 7408. It comes in 7400 series TTL components. So these are the ICs starting with 74 series, and SPLDs are used on boards to replace these ICs. Now whatever categories we have seen in SPLD, the first three varieties are quite similar to each other. They have all input connection matrix which connects the input of the device to an array of AND gates. They have all output connection matrix which connects the output of AND gates to the inputs of OR gates which drive the outputs of the device. So what it actually means is, these are the logic devices or the ICs. The inside architecture of these ICs are having AND gates and OR gates arranged in a matrix form, certain formats, as you can see here now. So this is the architecture of the IC SPLDs. So here inside the IC you will have array and AND gate arrays, AND gate arrays, and OR gate arrays as shown, and the inverters or the buffers are the arrays are also there. So initially the inputs you can give through the inverters or buffer to the AND gate array, and that AND gate array is then connected to the OR gate array, and that gives the device output. And at the center you can see there are the array connections, AND gate array connections and OR gate array connections, which can be manipulated by the user. So user can do all these connections depending upon the logic equations or the circuit equations you get, and this is how you can get your circuit done on these ICs. So whatever input or the buffer is, it is nothing but your NOT gate. Now here you can see, for example, if you want to give input to the NOT gate 0, if you will give, output will be 1, and 1 way if you will give, output will be 0. That is of the NOT gate. But what if you don't want to convert that 0 and 1? That means if you want to give 0, still output should be 0, and if you want to give 1, still output should be 1. That is done by this buffer. So here you can see input is A and output is F, and G is the control signal, and depending on that control signal, that output will be generated at the F terminal. So here you can see 3-state buffer. High impedance or Z will be discussed, and G is active low enable and active high enable. AF is active high enable. Now difference between the first 3 categories, that is in ROM, PAL, GAL and PLA. So in ROM, there is array of AND gate and OR gate as shown. Also PAL, GAL, there is an array of AND gate and OR gate, and PLA also there is an array of AND gate, OR gate, and that buffers also. So in all 3 they are having all this internal structure which we have seen in the last slide. So it is there, but in ROM the input connection matrix, so the input connection matrix is hardwired, so that is input connection is fixed. The user can modify the output connection. So whatever changes you want to do according to your design, that can be done only on the output side, that is on the OR side. There is a matrix, there you can do changes in the connections. In PAL and GL, the output connection matrix is hardwired. So output, that OR side matrix connection is completely done. You can't do anything there, but the user can modify the input connection matrix. So AND side input connection between the AND and the buffer, you can do the different connection matrix. In PLA, the user can modify both input connection matrix and the output connection matrix. So both you can modify according to the design. So that is your difference between the 3 ROM, PAL, GL and PLA. So here you can understand very well. So fixed array and programmable OR gate. So fixed array, there you cannot do any sort of connections, modification in the connections, but you can do modification in OR side of array connections. That is your PROM. And if you are having an IC of PAL, then input side AND gate array is programmable and OR gate is fixed. And if AND gate is programmable as well as OR array is programmable, that is nothing but your PLA IC. So the general structure of ROM, PAL, GAL and PLA we have understood. The same here it is written. The programmable logic arrays, PLAs, is a kind of programmable logic device used to implement combinational logic circuit. So any combinational logic circuit can be designed using this PLAs. Has a set of programmable AND gate planes which link to the set of programmable OR gate planes. So AND gate connections can be modified as well as OR gate connections can be modified. That it means the structure has programmable AND matrix, programmable OR matrix, input and output buffers. The block diagram of PLA device is as shown here. Programmable AND gate array, programmable OR gate array, that is of PLA. Then here also you can see PROM. So the first A and B you can see, that is your buffers, then you have AND gate arrays, and then you have OR gate arrays, and these are the connections in the PROM shown. So wherever there is a cross, that means that inputs is connected by the user, so that are connected. So if you don't put the cross, that means there is no connection. Then next is PLAs. So AND gate connections and OR gate connections are shown, and the buffers are shown. There are 3 buffers, ABC input buffers. So here you can connect the inputs. PAL and GAL's connections are also shown, and here you can see AND gate array and OR gate array connections with the input buffers ABC. Now I'll go for FPGA and CPLD. FPGA is full form is Field Programmable Gate Array. CPLD is Complex Programmable Logic Devices. FPGA and CPLD is an advanced PLD, Programmable Logic Devices, supports thousands of gates, whereas PLD only supports hundreds of gates. So in this PLD ICs you can have hundreds of gates, but in CPLD and FPGA you can have thousands of gates. So this is the block diagram of CPLD. In this block diagram you can understand input output blocks. So here there are the buffers, input output blocks, and then you can check here there are number of PLDs inside CPLDs, therefore it is called as complex PLDs. So in simple PLDs you are having single one, like you can have only PLA or you can have only ROM, but here you can see there are 4 PLDs here, and then between that PLDs also you can do the connections, and that is your complex PLDs. So the acronym of PLD is Complex Programmable Logic Devices. It is one kind of integrated circuit that application designers design to implement digital hardware like mobile phones. So in mobile phones normally CPLDs are used. This can handle knowingly higher designs than SPLDs. So more complex designs can be designed using CPLDs. CPLDs include numerous logic blocks. So many logic blocks are there inside CPLDs. Each of the block includes 8 to 16 macro cells. So every block is made up of macro cells. So many macro cells forms one block. Every logic block executes a specific functions. So every block is designed and performs one function. All of the macro cell in a logic block are fully connected. Depending upon the use, these blocks may or may not be connected to one another. Most CPLDs have macro cells with a sum of logic function and an elective flip-flop. So this is the CPLD IC. This is how it looks. Next is Field Programmable Gate Array. So what is the difference between FPGA and CPLD? Field Programmable means that FPGA function is defined by the user's program rather by the manufacturer of the device. Like CPLD is designed on the manufacturer's side and it becomes fixed, but FPGA is completely depending upon user's program. So it is not on the side of the manufacturer. FPGA function is defined by the program written by someone other than the device manufacturer. Depending upon the particular device, the program is either burned in permanently or semi-permanently as a part of board assembly process, or is loaded from external memory each time the device is powered up. The user programmability gives the user access to complex integrated designs without the higher engineering costs associated with the application specific integrated circuit. So this is the FPGA architecture. So you can see here different blocks, many blocks are there, and then the routine channels, input output side. The logic blocks are also shown here, blue color, and the pink color are input output paths. So here from you can give the inputs, and then you have routing channel for interconnections. So FPGA applications, DSP. DSP is nothing but digital signal processing. Software defined radio, aerospace, defense system, ASIC prototyping, medical imaging, computer vision. So it is having a lot more applications. Advantages of PLDs: programmability, so you can program it; reprogrammability, so anytime if program goes wrong, then you can again reprogram it; then low cost of design, short design time. So for since the IC is already been manufactured with the arrays of AND and OR, only thing is you have to interconnect the inputs and do the connections. So therefore the design time is reduced. Immediate hardware implementation. Then decrease in size. Decrease in PCB real estate means decrease in size. Improve reliability, fewer packages, fewer external interconnects. The design inside the chip is flexible, so a change in logic does not require any rewiring of board. These are all advantages of PLDs. So this is the programmable symbology. So you can see here the AND gates, input terms A bar, B bar, and the connections is shown by the cross. If OR gate is there, then POS is equation is generated, and AND gate is there, SOP equation is generated. Sorry, AND gate is there, AND operation takes place, and OR gate plus operation, that is OR operation, takes place. This is programmable symbology. So that was all about PLDs. Thank you.